private brands are booming in Korea. Unlike national brands, private brand or PB products are branded with their respective retailer's brand and are only available at their stores. And as for market size, the domestic PB market grew 2.5-fold from 2008 to 2013, marking 9.3 trillion won from 3.6 trillion won during the same period. Then, what is spurring the rapid creation and growth of PB products in Korea's retail market? Corporate retailers have become increasingly influential in the general retail market as more and more consumers purchase their products. Accordingly, their growing presence has allowed retailers to inject themselves into the production process, thus creating private brands. In addition, private brands have enabled retailers to secure stable retail margins through product differentiation in response to the intensifying price competition that has cut into their profits. So, have PBs increased profits? The results of an empirical analysis reveal that the shift in strategy has been a success, with stores experiencing average increases of 22.3 million won in sales and 2.7 to 9 million won in profit for every 1 percentage point increase in the share of PB sales. Then, how is it for manufacturers? Again, analysis results show that, with the exception of micro-businesses, all establishments exhibited negative sales on an increase in the share of PB sales, as PB products drive down the sale of NB products. Meanwhile, micro-businesses experienced more gains in sales as the impact from a higher capacity utilization rate and expansion of sales channels offset the negative impact from the decline in NB sales. However, even micro-businesses who experienced an increase in sales were unable to enhance their operating profits. This implies that even if the scale of production increases on PB sales, this does not guarantee profit. Then, how is the value added created through PB sales distributed? With cuts to advertising, marketing, and distribution costs, there is potential for increases in both the retail margins of corporate retailers and operating profits of manufacturers. This can be commonly seen in large enterprises. However, in the case of SMEs and micro-businesses, operating profit declines while the retail margin increases. In fact, the increase in the retail margin is larger than that of large enterprises. If more effort and costs have been invested by corporate retailers in developing PBs, in partnership with SMEs and micro-businesses, the increase in the retail margin can be understood as reasonable compensation. But the majority of PB products are slightly modified NB products, or the packaging has been merely replaced. And considering that 88% of this occurs in SMEs and micro-businesses, the increase in the retail margin may be linked to the imbalance in the bargaining position between retailer and manufacturer. This imbalance may increase the possibility of unfair trade practices from retailers. Indeed, a survey found that, of 309 suppliers, 30 had experienced such practices, which include demands for reduced prices and transference of promotional expenses and packaging costs.
PB 상품 시장의 성장으로 기업형 유통업체 이익은 증가했지만 제조업체의 이익은 변함이 없거나 감소한 경향이 있습니다. 거래상 지위의 불균형으로 이러한 현상이 나타났을 가능성이 존재합니다. 유통과 제조업계 동반 성장을 위해 공정거래 질서 확립에 무게를 둘 때입니다. 정부는 PB 제조업체를 대상으로 하도급 거래 실태 조사를 수행할 때 경영정보 제공 요구 금지 조항의 위반 여부를 꼼꼼하게 살펴야 합니다. 아울러 대규모 유통업법 위반에 따른 처벌 수위를 강화하여 불공정 행위의 발생 가능성을 낮추어야 합니다. 한편 중소제조업체들은 해외 유통망 진출과 관련된 정부 지원 사업을 적극 활용해서 급성장하는 해외 PB 시장으로 진출해야 합니다. 해외 시장 진출은 국내 유통기업에 대한 거래 의존도를 낮춰서 장기적인 협상력 증진에도 도움이 될 수 있습니다.